Well, we're the co-artistic directors of Push Physical Theatre, Darren and Heather Stevenson. And we started the organization in, we started working together in '92. We're married, and we realized that our relationship was important to us, and if we both ran off and joined different dance companies, that would not last. So we said, well, why don't we do our own thing? And we've been doing that ever since. So we're performing artists, we're also the artistic directors, and we manage the company. And there are 5 performers altogether, and our very capable technical director as well.
And we created Push Physical Theatre in 2000.
Yeah.
And we created that out of Rochester, New York, and we're now a touring company with that.
Why is it called Push Physical Theatre? What is it? What do you do?
We came up with all kinds of clever names, and none of them felt like they worked. And the word push came out of a conversation that I was having, and I said, we're trying to do this new thing. And he said, well, what is it? And I said, I don't know. I can't really think of a name for it. It's physical theater. And he said, well, what does that mean for you? And I said, well, we're acrobats and dancers. We're actors. We throw each other around on stage. We create these interesting effects. He said, well, what are you trying to do? And I said, well, we're trying to push what our conception of theater is, and we're trying to push our bodies to the limit that they can. We're trying to push our ability to communicate, often wordlessly, as far as we can. And he heard me use the word push about 3 times in 5 minutes and said, why don't you just call yourself Push? So that was it.
Yeah. I suppose with what you've described, it would require quite a bit of tech support and equipment and lighting and different things. What all does it take for your show to be presented?
I guess.
Well, we have one lighting designer who designs our lighting and comes with us on tour. So there's 5 company members plus our lighting designer, plus our stage manager who comes on occasion. Yep. So getting more up to full time. So there can be anywhere from 5 to 7 of us on the road. We have several props that we use, but most of what we do is without props. We really want to use our bodies to create the environment and to tell the story. It takes lighting to pull off some of the illusions, for sure. Yeah. So we really consider our lighting designer part of the core team. We couldn't do what we're doing well without her.
Right. But in many cases, we create, one of the nice things about what we do is we deal with manipulating space and time. Mm-hmm. So we love to slow down or speed up time, and we like to change location on a dime. So we really can say a lot in a very condensed period of time. If you have a huge set, that's not really possible. And so with our bodies, we can create environments. If you need somebody sitting at a desk or sitting in a chair, then we'll make that from our bodies, and we can just as easily roll out of that and back into something else. Mm-hmm. And the nice thing about performing that way is it also fires the imagination of the audience in a different way, because they're seeing the pictures inside here. So people will come up afterwards and remember colors, they'll remember props, they'll remember costuming and set pieces that were not on the stage, but they saw it, and they really placed themselves in that environment.
The shows that Push Physical Theatre does requires the audience to buy into what we're doing and to decide to go on the journey with us. We like to think of it as an invitation. So an invitation for the audience to come on this journey with us. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Well, and many of our stories are based in our own lives. So we in our showcase, I performed a piece called The Soldier, which is about a young man going to war. Well, we have a grown-up son who is in the military right now, and we we perform a piece called Parenthood, which is about young parents with young kids, and these are things that we've lived. And so they're very personal stories to us. And one of the great things about Push is it's other company members. So we, in many ways, consider ourselves more editors than choreographers. And we believe once you get artistic people in a room and ask them to start moving and doing and creating, they come up with ideas that are far better than I would sitting at home. And so then much of that work then comes from their own life experiences as well. And so that's very personal. And it makes it very accessible to the audience. They're watching something where they go, I know that, I felt that before, I've been there before, I know what that is.
And having said that, so we have a lot of linear stories, easy to follow, and then we also do some more abstract pieces, but we try to give an invitation to come on that journey with us again.
As well,
and
yeah.
so sometimes, many times, we start with an introduction on this is what this piece was based in, enjoy it and interpret it the way that you want to. So then we feel like we're giving the audience permission to get it, to not get it, to question it, and then they don't feel like an outsider watching something they don't get. They know that they have permission to see it the way that they see it.
And since the show or your program seems to require some special effects and lighting, things of this nature, are you showcasing at PAE?
Yes.
You mean to tell me they can convert one of these empty conference rooms
Yes.
into a stage with all that stuff?
Yeah.
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 Sure. As you know, as a touring company, we stay in a lot of hotels and we see the insides of lots and lots of conference rooms. What's amazing about coming to PAE is walking in to what appears to be a theater. It's really amazing. We're able to get most of the lighting effects that we need in a room that is not a theater. The sound is always perfect. And what's amazing is that we have a show that on the road, we need to be in the theater for several hours to get everything dialed in and ready for a performance. And here they're able to condense that time into about an hour. And we're able to get enough done that we can perform a 15-minute or 20-minute showcase. Yeah, it's great. I'm always amazed they pull it off.
A ballroom or a conference room at a hotel at PAE transforms into a theatrical experience when you walk into that room. We have made colleagues, friends, peers here at these conferences as performers ourselves that we get to see again and again at different conferences or at different showcases through the year. And we really enjoy seeing people that are in our field, and we encourage them and they encourage us, and we watch each other's shows. So as far as a social aspect, we actually are very encouraged when we come to these showcases and are able to meet people that do what we do, which is a very small group of people. So we feel very supported here at PAE.
What many of the conference attendees may not realize is that next to the ballroom that the showcase is happening, there's a little ballroom, and that's our green room, and all of the performers share that. And so we have some wonderful conversations, meet artists that, on the road, you're the show. So when you're touring in a place, you're you're the thing. But when you're here, everybody's together. And so we've had some really magical moments the days before we perform.
My advice to artists coming into a showcase is to take advantage of all the other moments that are not your performance slot. So you have times where you're in the lobby and people are having a cup of coffee and milling around. Wear your company t-shirt or wear your badge. Ask them if they're a performer, ask them if they're a presenter. Anywhere people are mingling, just go there. Meet the people that are in the green room, get to know who your colleagues are, we don't really consider it competition because we're really happy when other people are working, and it's a good group of people that are happy when you're working, which I really appreciate that. So use the time that you have here the best you can. If you can get to some little meeting that's going on, if your manager invites you to anything, go. And don't hide in the corner and just do your slot, but be as involved as you can be, and you'll get as much out of it as a person and also as a performer.
That's good.
Last question. So, how has your PAE experience been this year? Any difference perhaps between this year and other years that you've come?
It was smooth. Well,
Yeah.
it's been smooth this year.
Yeah. Our experience at PAE.
Yeah, our experience at PAE has been smooth. It's been today in particular. So we did our showcase late last night, and so the past couple of hours I've been sitting by the pool.
Yeah, that's not typical.
So my
but
experience has been great.
Our experience at PAE this year has been calm and organized. We've been well taken care of and well received. I would definitely do this again.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.